Yo guys, what's up? Sleepio here. So, before the actual gameplay starts, I quickly wanted to share my opinion on the game. I didn't want to make a full video on that because my mate Marco Style already said most of what I will say. So I will just tell you my opinion on a few things that are good, that are bad, and also give some feedback for improvements. So to the PvE. First of all, I played every mission available in the beta, so low level missions and also high-end invaded missions on normal and hard. In my opinion, the PvE in Division is better than in Division 1, because the structure of the missions and also the enemies are more interesting. There's just more things to see in the missions and a wider variety of NPCs that makes it more fun to play. The look of the game in general is just really good and something fresh compared to the Division 1. What I don't like about the PvE is certain NPCs, like the Russia NPC, with a shock stick that constantly shocks you and you can't escape from it, even though things like that maybe get fixed. Another really annoying thing are the countless bugs from Division 1, for example, the teleporting NPCs. Overall, a decent PvE experience, but not something I could play for hundreds of hours, but I may be the wrong person to judge about PvE since I'm mostly a PvP player. For me, PvE is just a necessity to gear up and play PvP. Now to the gunplay and movement. So, I'm not a big fan of the gunplay. Obviously, they did a good job on gun sounds and the look of the guns, but I'm just not a fan of random bloom. I prefer skill-based mechanics like recoil, but I understand why they went with bloom instead of recoil. I wouldn't have a problem with bloom if there would be something else that adds skill to either gunplay or movement, but there just isn't. My idea of improving gunplay would be removing the bloom and adding recoil, but that won't happen. Next to the movement. The movement in Division 2 isn't as bad as I first thought when I played. It is a bit clunky, but I can get used to that. There is no efficient 8 move by now, so maybe that problem is solved in Division 2. But what I really hate is that movement doesn't matter in PvP because the time to kill is so fast that it's just smarter to sit in cover and not move at all. But I will talk more about that when I get to the PvP part. I would like a faster movement in the Division 2, but again, I don't think it will happen because they want a slower movement and they don't want 8 move and all that thing again, and all those things again. Before I talk about PvP, I quickly wanted to roast the game a bit for the technical state. As I said earlier, a lot of the Division 1 bugs are back, which makes me think they are just not fixable for the devs. And for me as a player, that's just really upsetting. But also things like net limiter still work in PvP, so people with bad connection will still have an advantage in PvP over other players with good connection. That will be a problem for me again, since I play on EU servers and regions like Russia or Middle East don't have their own server locations, which is fine, but it also means that they will play on EU servers with bad connection that I will feel again, just like in Division 1. I don't see a way of improving that other than adding more server locations. Finally, to the PvP. To make it quick, the PvP is just not good. The reasons for such a bad PvP, in my opinion, are the time to kill, gunplay, skills, and I don't mean the player skills, and the healing system. So, I like the faster time to kill actually a lot, but combined with the slow healing system, it just makes the game extremely cover based. What I mean with that is that you can't really push other people open field when they are in cover. Doesn't matter how good you are, cause they see 100% of your body and you maybe see 20% of them. Even that wouldn't be such a big problem if the gunplay would be more skilled. But with such a low skill gap in gunplay, there's just no difference in players anymore. Most of the assault rifles I played barely have recoil, so everybody should be able to hit shots with those. The healing, so the armor plates, takes a few seconds to use, and you need to stand still, which is also okay. It's not a bad thing, but combined with the rest, it just doesn't work for a fun PvP experience. Last of all, the skills. So I played level 7 PvP, but with normalized stats. So everybody had level 30 stats on their gear. In the beta, we had 3 skills unlocked: the drone, the turret, and the Seeker Mine. But only the Seeker Mine really stood out since it nearly one-shotted other players and it's AI controlled. So if you just hit a player 2 to 3 times with a gun and then send a Seeker Mine at him, he will die. And that is just extremely bad and not fun. I strongly believe though that this won't be the case in the final game and level 30 PvP with high-end gear, so just forget the Seeker Mine part, that's just a beta thing, I hope. Talking about high-end gear, as I said earlier, I played the level 30 missions and saw what gear we had there. And that changed my mind about the game quite a bit, because you can get things like plus 10% armor on all your gear pieces. That would give you a significant advantage over other players in PvP. But that's just a gear gap, not a skill gap. Everybody can get that gear, so we are back to the same thing. Another bug from the Division 1 that made it in Division 2 is the head glitching. And I don't mean the head glitching you know from other games where you can just see the head. I mean the division head glitch, where you can't see the other player if he does it correctly. So he can just shoot you from cover, but you can't shoot him back. So to improve the PvP, they could just make armor plates work while moving, so you can at least walk when you heal. That would be really good and would change the PvP a lot. As I said before, I really like the time to kill, so I don't see a problem with that, as long as there are other things that take at least a little bit of skill. In my opinion, they just need to add something that differs good players from bad players. I don't know exactly what that could be, but in the Division 1, we had talents like Critical Save that added at least a little bit of skill to the game. To summarize, the Division 2 is a solid game in my opinion, and I will definitely play it. It's a good PvE game with PvP in it, but for me that's not enough. I don't see myself play the PvP in this game for years if it stays in the current state. But I also need to say that I don't know what the high-end gear will add to the PvP. There could be gear or gun talents that give you an advantage on other players, so we just need to wait. Those were my impressions from the Division 2 private beta, and now enjoy the Skirmish gameplay. See you in my next video.
No, it's pretty
If
too
they
far
probably
away.
spawn you again, let's see.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, maybe.
No,
Yeah, they did.
Did it? Oh, that's kind of weird.
So what, their first spawn, then they spawn opposite side, and then they stuck there.
You can't nade the
Nice.
spawn?
I think
No.
only that one guy. Oh no, they spawn again? Wait.
Don't push
Yeah,
them up,
they're,
they're
yeah,
vulnerable.
yeah,
no,
yeah.
I'm just checking. I'm just checking if they spawn there.
Just wait. Just wait.
That
we nade this spawn though? No, we
Third.
can't.
No, you can't nade or kill inside spawns.
One down.
Whoa, what?
Needs assistance.
Yeah.
Boost. About to
Got one down.
Did I just... Okay. No, I just said it's a respawn. That's what to say. I didn't know Nate's one shot.
Okay, as well.
Seeker incoming. I'm just gonna push up.
Go instantly destroyed. If you send it in there, you just fuck it.
Oh yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. Fuck.
It disappears, I
got
told you.
baited. You know, I thought you could just gonna throw it, but
The bully protection
that's a
in the
huge
spawns.
advantage.
So you can just camp in the spawn, huh?
Oh, I got bullied.
An agent needs assistance.
Didn't expect him to ult with a sniper.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
Oh yeah, it says invulnerability active 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's
Okay,
8
that's-
seconds, I think.
Oh,
By the time you
I'm going to
respawn.
the boost. This
DP, I
is,
knocked
Agent
2.
down.
There's only one more.
I don't know if it's about to activate or about to
One
expire.
on Eel's body.
Okay, one my body.
About
If
to
he gets it,
expire.
that's it. We should
I
be
think it's
able
about
to
to
Wait, we should
expire.
hide, right?
Not yet. They respawn now.
Oh,
What?
Wow, mercy roll. Mercy
Yeah,
roll,
there
I
you
guess.
go.
Mercy.
Like
Feels
I
bad.
said, sometimes you just get murdered.
I think
Yeah,
they will
good
leave
luck
though.
not dying.
Only
It can be
2 of them
random.
are in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
only
they
two.
already
The other two
So
guys
from
left.
Now the Vintex is still in though.
Oh, that's pretty
Yeah,
toxic
but the other two
now.
guys left.
They can't win. Like, they can't kill us 2v4.
Yeah, I guess there's no rejoin, Monka is this game.
Nade it there, that's fine.
I need to.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're not even here yet, dude. I don't know. They're
No.
here.
They're
Standing still in front of me.
Oh man.
Oh
Two
no, the
PvP.
German
Oh, what are you
farmers.
doing? Yeah, you're kind of moving weird.
No, they're all in full team now.
Yeah, Frexy's moving super
Dude,
weird. Frexy,
yeah,
what the
you're-
fuck? Frexy's like, what?
He's a Rainbow Six player, dude. He's Ash.
Yeah. Hey, Ash, what are you doing?
That's Ash right there. Wait, where? Oh, he's sniping, dude. Okay, let's see if he can land the shots.
Same game, huh?
What the fuck is going on? I'm running in a straight line. I'm not getting shot.
They got the rejoin battle people.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, I got killed. No!
How could you do this, Eel? Oh, the
Nice
turrets.
cover-based game, huh?
Fucking
turrets
turret's
are bullying.
melting me.
Yeah, the turrets are bullying us. Wait, you already killed the guy?
I think they're
Yeah,
gonna
they both
stick
did.
on their spawn now.
Going to
I'm
the
with
spawn.
Sleepy.
On me.
I have a turret in our spawn, so
My performance is dropping again.
Yeah, if we
I'm
hate it,
200
why do we
frame.
play it? Gotta give the game a chance.
Oh, they spawned all here. I got staggered in. They have invulnerability. Careful.
Assistance.
Yeah.
I killed one more guy. Fuck. I thought I can go back to
You
Medical
downed him or
assistance
dead?
needed.
I downed one. I couldn't finish.
Don't go so deep.
Yeah.
Agent
The
kill.
spawn is
again.
just suicide. Let's not do that again.
Yeah. Only with 4 guys it works. Because
Yeah, I
4
can't
guys you can
name on
just.
that car. That
Look,
white
invulnerability. Yeah, that's so long. Eight whole seconds. Yeah, hold
10
on, we're
seconds.
coming.
You don't see the first seconds.
Just
It's
go
10
back to the
seconds.
middle.
Oh, we're just holding them
Yeah.
back. Still
No,
at
I
the
have a
car.
turret here. I'm fine.
Okay.
Boost about to
Killing
activate.
tracks
But
here.
if your turret is there, they will spawn on our side now, right? Because the turret blocks the spawn.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe the turret didn't have anything to do with it. I don't know.
I mean, they didn't kill him yet, so.
Now active.
The thing is, you can't send C commands in there. It's kind of monk ass.
Rip, I missed. Wow, that was bad.
Both of them are dead.
Fucking stagger on shotguns. Cancer.
I can't even rush you anymore either.
All wiped.
They will respawn here. Just wait for the respawn wave. Don't go there.
Careful, careful. You just got instant bullied.
Yeah, they're spawning. They're fucking
That's
spawning in
what I'm
front of
saying,
you.
dude. Oh, nades also. You can also throw nades
Yeah,
in there?
yeah, you can. Hey, we just have to crossfire.
Serious
Yeah.
trauma
And
detected.
I'm just behind the car and still dying, you know? That's
I told you,
monk ass.
don't go
Agent out
there.
of action.
Hold on. I'm
I
coming.
mean,
to you.
I'm behind cover.
No, you got seeker mine.
I mean,
Boost will soon deactivate.
I'm behind them.
Nice.
One guy's getting messed behind.
No, he's down. Already.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, my seeker mine is going. Got him.
Nice, you got him.
They should.
Why am I
So
spawning
silly
here?
that you
No,
can
they
spawn
don't
behind
spawn
him.
here anymore. Because Sleepy spawned.
And my gun instantly reloaded
Yeah,
for
they
some
don't.
reason.
Oh,
Like, I
it
spawned my gun
destroyed my
reloaded.
turret when they spawned.
Okay, let's camp now,
Oh,
let's
yeah.
camp now.
Okay,
Right?
so the turret
I
doesn't.
wanna
do
kill him
shit
again.
then. Oh, they really did think about it then.
200 AK. Are we hiding? Or
I don't know.
No, not yet. They're not dead yet, right? So I've got permanent wallhack on the guy, so I don't know
We
why.
have to
but-
wipe them once more.
He's dead now.
We can do it.
we're
Yeah,
not
okay,
taking any
okay.
damage,
Do it.
bro. On the left.
Nice. Guys splitting from the team, that's good.
The roads have run out of reinforcements.
Wait. Don't kill them all.
We have to.
Oh, wait. Not yet.
No, don't. Just kill
Oh.
2 more.
Two more,
Two
yeah.
more. The Wintex guys, not the other
One
two.
dead, one down.
No, don't kill the Wintex guys. Try and kill the other two. The Wintex are just chasing.
Okay. Careful,
Okay,
back out.
one down.
Okay, now just run. Run.
Run.
Run.
Just pop your turret, pop your turret.
Back to you.
Go back to
You run to
Use
the
your
run to the
yeah,
car.
nice.
I did.
Facing that one out there.
Yeah, also your drone.
Yeah, destroy everything.
Deactivate the drone, dude. They can see that through the wall. Go back to the same car.
Back to the
Which
cowboy.
are the ones that died?
Who's left?
I don't know.
I think
Yeah,
Vintex
come on.
Trust is down. Vintex Trust is down. Pretty sure I killed him.
The room
Yeah,
guy's
no,
dead.
That's Mousepad.
Fuck
It's
it,
the guys
dude.
on 5 deaths.
Just stay here, stay here.
Gotta cross the swords.
It's up to them what they want to do. Oh,
Oh,
what's coming? What's coming?
What's coming? What's coming?
He doesn't
Oh,
over
oh.
here. He doesn't over here.
He can run.
Oh, we found out!
Nope. Next
Don't,
one.
yeah, just,
Don't-
just stay
Next
here.
spot. Next
No,
spot.
no, just stay here, stay here,
Just
stay here.
can't do any-
Make sure to move your mouse so you don't get kicked for AFK.
Whoa.
Oh. I hear him. Yeah. Oh, he's here. He's here. He's here. He's right here.
Just run. Don't shoot back, Just run around him, Like if he kills him, doesn't
Okay,
matter.
run around him.
Rexy, yeah, he run around.
Oh, what you gotta do, brother? What you gotta
He's
do?
nading, careful.
He can't
Let's punch him a bit. Punch him a bit.
Punch him a bit.
grenade.
It's the Wintex guy too.
Oh yes, Sherman.
Look
I
at the
join your
turret.
clan,
He's
Vintex.
panicking so
I
hard.
wanna join your clan.
I
Destroy the
can't-
turret.
Yeah, nice. I was about to say.
Nice. Oh, Vintex, brother, what are you doing? I wanna join your clan.
Just punch him.
I wanna join your clan, brother. Come. Back. I wanna join. Hey.
Oh, we can actually kill him with the
Oh,
punches.
yeah.
Because he can't heal up.
I have to
Get the
use
grenade
ammo
out,
save.
get the grenade out.
Oh no, dude.
You won. Well done.
And the other guys were spectating him as well. That's like so embarrassing, dude.
Just getting bullied to death, dude. Oh god, that's lovely. I mean, if you would play against guys like that in the dark zone, all right, fine, I'm up for that.
Detected.
Yeah,
You
dude.
know?
Yeah.
I think I got a new stream highlights right there.